Carol says, your mic is up, your face is on TV. Ah, come on, how would you deal with it? You would look just as stupid as me sometimes. That's what keeps me going, Carol. Sometimes I actually watch the show and get really embarrassed for myself. But what keeps me going and still doing it is I know for a fact that you monkeys would do just as good as me and just as bad as me. Without this whole team of, like, bouffant, puff powder, makeup, all that whole team that everybody from Jon Stewart Colbert has it to all the people on Fox News, they all have that to make you, and they talk with that voice, that voice, that unreal voice. Carol, the NPR voice. Yeah. What the freak is up with the NPR voice? Carol had a heart attack back there. She thought I was actually going to say freak. But what the freak is up with the NPR? You know how it is. Here, I'll read the news with this. More Americans hunted for bargains this weekend than ever before as retailers lured them online and into stores with big discounts and an earlier than usual start. That. Who talks like that? Nobody, but somehow their marketing people have discussed, and you like it. Please start noticing how weird the newscasters' voices are. That's all I ask of you. And think about a newscast that said stuff like this, that, Israel thinks it has a right to bomb any kind of nuclear energy generating station in Iran in violation of all international law. Really? And the United States' argument about whether Iran should be allowed to have nuclear energy / nuclear weapons, and there's some real serious doubt about how close they are. Remember, they did this with Iraq and you believed it. They're doing it with Iran and you're going to believe it. But my point, Carol, is Iran has, I don't like nuclear power. I hate nuclear power. My boss loves it and tells me, Todd, you're being an idiot. Fine. I fully accept that. But we don't know what to do with the waste. That's it for me. And until we know what to do with the waste, well, okay, the massive meltdowns when natural disasters happen, and actually it's the greedy planning and the lack of oversight, because the government people that are supposed to do oversight on the nuclear power plants are in the pocket of the industry. So basic stuff like in Japan, basic stuff that would have prevented the disaster wasn't done. Same thing happened with the oil disaster with BP in the Gulf. Basic stuff that should have happened wasn't done. The regulators are in bed with the industries they're supposed to regulate. This is a major problem. And all the Republicans are doing is screaming regulation is the problem. And really what the problem is the regulation has been subverted by the money from the industry, which dampens down honest, real regulation that would actually benefit everybody, right, in the long run. But the short run, it's a little bit more expensive. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, regulation, Iran has the right to get nuclear power. And come on, think about it from their perspective. It's a classic argument. You've heard it before probably, but look what happened. Iraq did not have nuclear energy, the axis of evil, Iraq, Iran, North Korea. Iraq did not have nuclear weapons. It got invaded. North Korea has nuclear weapons. It did not get invaded. What's an Iranian politician to do, Carol? It makes sense. But what's going to happen is that the Israeli government, which is also, I think, very much influencing things in Egypt right now to try to make sure that the Egyptian people don't get a constitution that puts the military under civilian rule. I think that the right-wing Israeli government right now is working to make sure that the people in the streets in Egypt right now are not successful. I think that's true. I think that's clear, actually. So The point that I'm making is that the right-wing Israeli government is going to go ahead and bomb any nuclear facilities it can find in Iran and say to hell with the international consequences. And the United States will do some kind of like, oh, this was reprehensible. You know, they know, we know it's going to happen. I think that's going to be problematic for American citizens in the future. Seriously. Allowing Israel, our little right-wing buddy over there, right now, the government in Israel is very right-wing, although the discussion about Israeli policies is broader in Israel itself than is allowed in the United States. Still, the fact is that it's a fairly right-wing government in Israel right now. I say very right-wing. And the United States is going to let the right-wing Israelis do whatever they want to do with the consequences for the U.S., because everybody else in the world sees Israel as an extension of the U.S. Everybody else does. Israel doesn't see Israel as an extension of the U.S. Israel sees Israel as like, yeah, whatever, U.S., we'll do whatever the hell we want. But we'll take all your money that you want to give us, right? You know? So anyway, that's going to lead to repercussions down the line for the rest of the United States because of our special relationship with Israel. I'm saying we should use our special relationship with Israel to rein in Israel and engage with the Iranian government. But I don't know, they want to bomb already again. Carol, it's like Iraq never happened. That was a huge success.
Let's spend more money.
Let's go ahead and bomb Iran now, right? Because, you know, that worked in Iraq.